that he performed Casey at the bat at least 10,000 times. And he said, in my prime, it would take me exactly 5 minutes and 40 seconds to do Casey at the bat. So that's a great story, this Casey at the bat, of a baseball team called Mudville. And I've gone to no end but to find a Mudville baseball cap. You'll notice it to wear as we hear about their great batter, Casey, and the Mudville team. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville nine that day. The score stood 2-4, but with 1 inning left to play. So when Cooney got on first, and Burris did the same, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. Oh, a straggling few got up to go, leaving there the rest, with the hope that springs eternal within the human breast. They thought, if but only Casey could get a whack at that. They put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did likewise Jimmy Blake. The former was a puddin', and the latter was a fake. So all that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy, sat. For there seemed but little chance of Casey's getting to the bat. Well, Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all. And Jimmy Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and they saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Well, from that gladdened multitude there went up a joyous yell. It bounded from the mountaintop and rattled in the dell. It struck against the hillside and rebounded in the flat for Casey. Mighty Casey was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded as he wiped them on his shirt. And while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eyes. A sneer curled Casey's lips. And now, the leather-covered spear comes hurling through the air, but Casey stands a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the bleachers, black with people, there went up a sullen roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone in the stand. And it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand with a smile of Christian charity. Great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the spheroid flew, but Casey still ignored it. The umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and an echo answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strained. They knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lips. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere. Somewhere hearts are light. Somewhere men are shouting. Somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey just